it doesn't. He's not even saying there was no criminal behavior. He's saying not enough to charge. Now, I completely disagree with the automatic conclusion that he's a team player. He was having outside conversations, was subject to it. He's not an idiot. He reads the newspapers. He operates at high levels of Washington. Although as a 10-year appointee, as opposed to a appointee who serves at the pleasure of the president, he's got plenty of insulation. And the history of the FBI is such that they are well insulated. And I have confidence that they almost always, I don't want to go all the way back to Nixon, but that would be a problem. But since then,
might be a little problem.
FBI directors, I think, have handled themselves quite honorably, and that we should have confidence in them. I don't think it serves any purpose to just automatically assume that there was politics involved, in a major way, in something that was inherently has huge political ramifications. So I don't know, Comey. I like the fact that Dan believes that because he served in the Bush administration, we should give him the benefit of the doubt. I wish he would do that more for people who serve for Republicans. But anyway, that wasn't what you meant.
No, there's actually more to it. There's the amazing standoff that occurred when Comey was Deputy Attorney General, where he had a standoff with him with the Justice Department police standing off against Andy Card and the Secret Service, while then Attorney General John Ashcroft was under anesthetic, having just had an appendectomy. And there's just an amazing standoff that the White House wanted the Attorney General to sign off on something while he wasn't completely there. It's an amazing moment that actually happened. And
I agree.
And to Comey's credit, I mean, that's an amazing standoff. I can't imagine. I mean, not a whole lot of people know about that, even though it was reported.
Right.
But
most of the Republicans I know would have done the same thing.
Right. You got a point there. But, Admiral Ken, the reality is, when we talk about there being criminal intent, there was no intent to do criminal act from what Director Comey said in his statement today.
I believe his words were they found no evidence
of criminal intent. Right, which
rea would be the legal term.
Thank you, counselor. I'll get to you in a second. But the reality is does that justify enough not bringing charges against Secretary Clinton?
So I think two things are two parts to that to answer that question. So number one. I go back to the fact that statements were made that no classified material were processed. Comey said today
they found evidence that there was
marked as evidence. So if nothing else, you lied to a federal official during an investigation. Okay, so I think there might be some criminal intent in that. That's the first thing. Part number two. Let's say she's not charged. There'll be no criminal charges levied. She wins the election and she goes on to be president. At some point, there will be an officer, somebody like you, Justin, or me, or Denise, that are going to do something not intentionally with classified material. We're going to lose our security clearance. Okay, and that's what's going to happen. So. And if she were any other government employee and this took place, she would lose her security clearance. You got to have a security clearance to be president of the United States. So I'm trying to figure out exactly where this lands.
But here's the thing about that. Hold on.
No,
it doesn't.
Hold on. No, but about that. But about that though. Here's the funny thing about that is, if you are elected president of the United States, okay, you are the foremost authority on. You determine what you can read into and what not.
Yep.
So theoretically, they could revoke her security clearance. She'll just reestablish it herself if she's president.
Exactly right.
And you have a problem with it.
And in this particular situation, it's the Fox Garden to Hen House, because now we've got someone who is on paper as defined by the FBI having violated the procedures around handling classified material, and this person is going to.
So let me go to Bob Hines real quick, because we've now gotten into a situation here, Bob, where theoretically stupidity and ignorance is no defense of the law. Was she stupid? Yes. Was it ignorance? Was it a multitude of different problems? But is that an actual defense of criminal activity?
Stupidity is never a defense.
Okay.
Period.
Okay. But it seems that ignorance and stupidity was a good defense for Clinton in this case. Is that something that should be looked into deeper?
I'm just not sure. I just don't feel comfortable
Denise-
where it is right now.
Denise Krepp?
It's the optics, Justin. I mean, they come out at 11 o'clock today saying there isn't a problem, and the president's with Hillary right now in North Carolina saying she should be president, and then the third shoe is that he just signed the FOIA Improvement Act. I mean, for those that are working in the transparency side, those that might be representing somebody who could theoretically lose their security clearance because of being stupid, now it's going to be called the Clinton defense. And that, I mean, it will be, and that's creating a whole rash of trouble. But that's where we're heading, folks.
Alan Moore.
Yeah, I wanted to just comment on one thing about Secretary Clinton, what she did and did not say. We often get into this debate around this table, different people, different politicians. Were they lying or were they misinformed? Did they know what they said was wrong, which is a lie, or were they mistaken? And often this was a debate we had often back when we decided to go into Iraq because we thought there were weapons of mass destruction. And did Bush lie, or did he rely on the information, as did the Congress, that was available and made a judgment accordingly? Turned out it was wrong, but that didn't make it a lie. And I think in Secretary Clinton's case, remember, she said to the public numerous times, there was no classified information. She would tell interviewers that. She was not under oath until last weekend.
And even then, she wasn't under oath in the interview she gave to the FBI.
Oh, is that not under
no,
oath?
Do we know that?
We know that for a fact, that she was called in and she voluntarily went in.
I don't
you
know
can
that.
voluntarily go under oath. Not to mention,
Wait. There's two different things. She was not sworn in the interview. However, when you do give an interview to the FBI and you knowingly lie, you could be charged with hampering a federal investigation.
Fair enough. But we don't know what she said. Let me tell you one thing she did not say. I feel confident was.
Yep, I did it.
There was no I did it. Yeah,
my fault. My bad.
There was no confidential information. What I could see her saying is, I believed sincerely that there was no confidential information. Subsequent to my belief in that, evidence has come forward that in the tens of thousands of emails, there were a few cases where confidential information was in fact passed on, and it had that classification at the time it was passed on. I did not know that until recently, so let me make that clarification clear. So I'm not comfortable saying she lied. She may have lied. I don't think we know enough to be able to say that.
It's not exactly an MO foreign to the Clinton camp.
But having said that, it eats at her trust problem. It plays into that, and just because she didn't know and said something that was wrong, as George W. Bush learned, is not always an effective defense. Having said that, it doesn't surprise me that looking at the reports that I've seen so far, that the FBI concluded there's not enough here for career prosecutors
to bring the case
to bring a
forward.
charge.
Right.
So there's stuff here, and it's critical, but not enough. Now the career prosecutors, having received that's the information and the suggestion, will make a judgment. I don't know about the timing on that. Somebody might have a guess on that. And we do know that the Attorney General has removed herself. I don't know if the Deputy Attorney General then serves in her stead in this case.
Now, Republicans have called for an independent counsel on this.
Right, but that's never going to happen, and I think we know that, and at least not with this president. And if if Hillary Clinton's the president, not under the next one.
No.
So that's pretty much a dead duck. That's
Dan
that
Lutner.
point.
Well, and that's the real question now. I mean, there's definitely the desire for this to go on, but what's the political upside for the Republicans in continuing this fight? Now, in the last 2 weeks, we've now been basically cleared on the criminal claims on the emails that stem from Benghazi, and that was done away with last week. So what is gained other than converting the converted of continuing this line of attack? That's the question.
Because you get more comments from Donald Trump of crooked Hillary, and those are winning points. I mean, she's dropping number-wise. She went down to, I think she was at 11 a couple weeks ago. Now she's at 5%. 5%.
Yeah.
The more he keeps saying crooked Hillary, he is swaying voters, and that's a problem.
H stands for honesty. That's why I'm with her.
How does that resonate? Like crooked Hillary, like that resonates for some reason.
They will quote from the FBI report, from Comey's statement, if nothing else. There's enough there.
Comey's statement
that's
is
embarrassing
given a lot of
enough.
fodder.
Yeah, there's plenty. There's plenty to for Republicans to use. They don't have to attack Comey.
Bob Hines.
There's plenty to attack. I mean, there's a lot of questions. It's not clear, and the Republicans will be able to use it.
Ken, you want to take this one?
You know, honestly, I stand with Paul Ryan on this one. I'm amazed that it's gone this far, and that this is where we are with regard to this candidate. Again, I'm looking at this from the perspective of someone who's going to be in a leadership role over about 1 million people, most of whom will have to have security clearances and will have to do something, and somebody's going to make a mistake. And they're gonna look up the chain of command. They're gonna see their boss and go, "Hey, President did the same thing."
All right.
Alan
Moore, last one for the segment.
It's really just a question. So, if she's president, she's not going to be denied security clearance. But the people on her team who participated, who sent her emails, who
Does
were
this
aware
include
of it,
Uma?
This would include Uma, Cheryl Mills, a whole score of folks.
Would they be denied clearance?
Would they be denied clearance? Is their clearance at risk?
I don't know, honestly, but if the person that's going to do the security clearance investigation, has got the same ability to look at the FBI, the final FBI report, and they make a recommendation on the final disposition of the clearance, they could in fact make that recommendation.
Hold that thought, because I want to take that thought up when we come back in the next segment. Here. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to continue the discussion on the Hillary email situation, the decision of FBI Director James Comey not to recommend prosecution for Secretary or First Lady or Senator Clinton on the State Department email scandal. We will be back in 3 minutes. This is Backroom Politics live from Shelley's Back Room, 1331 F Street in the heart of our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Stay with us.